What's up guys, Stephanie with AmericanMuscle.com here with these upgraded half-shaft axle assemblies from the Driveshaft Shop for 2015 and up Mustangs. The upgraded half-shafts are going to be a good option for any S550 owner that's worried about running into trouble with the factory half-shafts. If you've been hitting the drag strip at all, or even if you've just been keeping an eye on what's been going on, then you're probably already aware that the S550 stock half-shafts are a weak point and they need to be upgraded even if you currently have minimal mods. All it really takes is some time with a drag radial and you're out of the lanes or off the streets until you're fixed up. DSS gives you two options for the 8.8 IRS rear depending on what you need in a half shaft. The first upgrade over stock is actually going to be these half shafts here that are rated up to 800 horsepower, so you have a lot of room to grow into these if you plan on some more mods down the road. And let's face it, more mods is usually always an option. The other option from DSS are half shafts that are rated up to 1400 horsepower if 800 isn't enough for you and you're building something serious. There are some pretty cool things going on with both of these options though, since DSS pretty much upgraded every component of the half shaft, and I'm going to try not to geek out too much here, but I'll start with the material that's used for the center bars. This is a 300M alloy steel, which is a modified steel that has a high hardenability, strength, and toughness. Another cool thing here is that the center bars are done with a CNC spline rolling process. DSS did this because rolling the spline instead of using material cutaway is a way of compressing and forging the spline, making it stronger. Next is the whole CV area, from the billet CV mounts to the joints themselves to the billet chromoly cages and races, and even an upgraded grease and boot, a high duramater neoprene boot to be exact. Now all of this is a lot of technical talk, but basically these are some seriously beefy half shafts that are made to handle abuse. And this isn't coming from just me. There are some record-holding cars out there that are testing these products. These are a couple pounds heavier than the factory half shafts, so they do cause a small weight gain, but I think that the benefits outweigh the weight gain here. Something like this is needed in order to be reliable on the street or at the drag strip, or if there's a lot of hard driving going on. So looking at price, the 800 horsepower rated half shafts are going to cost just under $600, and if you want to go a step up from that and hit up the 1400 horsepower option, you're looking at about $200 more. Ford Racing is the only other company out there right now that is competing with the DSS half shafts, and they do have a couple of different features, so feel free to check those out too, but they are more expensive. The install can be considered difficult with this one, and I'm going to call it a 3 out of 3 wrenches on the scale. I would take this to a shop for the install if you don't have any prior experience in this area, since it does involve a lot of work. But if you do decide to tackle this yourself, a lift and a second set of hands could go a long way in helping you with this. You will need a handful of different sockets, wrenches, and miscellaneous tools, as well as a torque wrench, and you can plan on about an hour or two per side, depending on if you have some help and are working off of a lift or not. Wrapping things up, the DSS half-shaft axles for the S550 Mustang are a beefy upgrade over the factory half-shafts when we look at both materials and construction. They're one of the only upgrades that are currently available, and they're rated at either 800 or 1400 horsepower. I'd suggest checking these out more online and seeing what you think for yourself. I'm Stephanie, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.